driving home for the weekend. It's springtime and my mom needs my help to get the property in order. So that's what I'm doing. And while I'm on the road, come across all these elementary kids organized outside. No doubt something instituted by their teachers and the faculty and staff, not necessarily the students themselves that organized this protest, this rally, about gun control. And one of the signs that I noticed said, "Am I next?" And it just really frustrated me. It made me want to, stop what I was doing, but I have things that I gotta do. And it's like, a lot of times these people that can be super politically involved, it's the people that aren't doing anything else. It's like the majority of the population can't be so involved as these other people because they are themselves having to go and take their time to actually work to provide for these people that aren't doing anything except for going out and causing a scene, ironically enough. But it really made me want to go and make my own sign that said something along the lines of "death by," and then right below the statement "death by guns in a school," and then I would give the percent chance. And it's like less than 1 in a million chance that you're going to get gunned down in a school in the United States. This is according to a survey done just a couple of years ago. Now, right below that, I would put the chance of being struck and killed by lightning, which is actually a higher percentage chance than being gunned down in school. And then right below that, I would put the percent chance of getting killed in a motor vehicle accident, which is more than getting struck and killed by lightning. And then on the back of the sign, I would have all the statistical data supporting these claims. And I would go and I would say, all right, which one of you wants to hold up the sign that I made? And I bet my bottom dollar that there would be some kids that were kind of just dragged along there that don't want to be a part of this political agenda, and something more applicable to their needs in the educational system itself would probably be better education in regards to the core sciences, better nutrition. I mean, it's sad when the elderly and all these other people across the states eat better regularly, more so than a lot of these kids do in the educational system. Like, why don't we, reform the nutritional standards of each public school in the nation before manipulating the children for our own political agenda, like a lot of these faculty and staff members are actually doing? Why was it that, this amendment has been something of huge controversy? Well, I think in a lot of ways it's just, a fine line between people taking control of one another, and like a lot of times it's more metaphoric. And I think that a lot of people own weapons that probably have never even used them or will never use them. But it's just the fact that they themselves have these weapons that gives them some sense of security that they're not totally being controlled and manipulated by this organization and entity which has all the rights to weaponry in the entire nation. Like, it's ridiculous. It gives them a sense of security that if everything was to go like totally bosh, then they themselves could take out some sort of guerrilla warfare upon, the entity, the corporation, which was exerting force over the population. And as we all know, usually guerrilla factions can take out and overwhelm and overcome just a massive entity. And so it's like a sense of security in which a lot of people don't necessarily ever utilize these things. Obviously, the statistics show us that you are more likely to be in a lot, other dire situations which are on the forefront of the mind, which are much more likely to kill you. So why is it that this is such a huge problem, especially for an institution which holds itself up to be something of rationale, logic, and understanding? Obviously, there's some other motives here, because these institutions tout themselves to be the kings of what it was that I just said, yet they are ironically misconstruing the evidence for their own desires and needs when the statistics actually show otherwise. So, what's the true agenda at play here? Why are these things being promoted if the statistics and the data actually shows that there are other things which could influence the nation in a much better way? And when the statistics and data actually show that all this news and media regarding all this crap worldwide does nothing but literally degrade the human emotion and the human experience, and does nothing to forward the betterment of it. I'm recollecting a research paper that I read a while back regarding, some sort of fear tactics and other things, and promoting the negatives versus promoting the positives. Like, why don't we promote all of the peaceful sides and the peaceful aspects of humanity rather than like just the negative aspects of it and all the wrongdoings going on about? Because all that does is make everybody think that it's going on constantly and everywhere, when that's not actually the case. There's much more good going on constantly and everywhere than there is bad. So why is it? Is it just because it's human nature to be attracted toward the controversy? Is it like the shot of coffee that people need to keep going, running away from the wolf at their tails, which prompts them to work and to move and to function? Or should we put something beautiful on the horizon and paint a picture for us all to go there? Rather than running away from something, we should run toward something that we all can aspire for. I don't know, you tell me. When you take away the right for law-abiding citizens to own and operate such devices, the only people that you're giving the right to are criminals.